He's feeling real proud of that show. I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breakers Challenge. Whoa there. I don't like to keep him waiting. The Repeater and Machete, favorite choices of the Ura hunters we once fought. In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. He's hurting, but he's got to hold out just a little longer. It all proves more than the kid can handle. Kid's ready to slice him up and pound him to bits if they get in his way. Don't give in, I say. They tied it up at the melting pot when they heard the kid was coming back. You ain't in this alone, I tell him. Zealandia held treasures from around the world, but kid needs just one. He's got to watch his back out there. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. No breaking a cage like that, but the kid tries anyway. Gotta find a way to spring it open. Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the moving of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around a core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge. I still remember the look on his face after that one. Kid's got a reckless streak in him. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Zealandia. It was good living here for a while. I'll save my thanks for when it's all over. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply. Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it. That's Windbag Ranch, perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it. Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Always time for juice and squirts, they used to say. Dread rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor. The ranch was always looking for good help. Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste. There's always more squirts to go around. Place gets awful slick sometimes. Hearty punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. It's safe here. Safe as it gets anymore. Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel, it's not for everyone. Squirts can be dangerous, like any livestock. The ranch had its share of accidents, all right. Couples used to walk the Sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. Quick and careful's the only way to go. He gets the wind knocked right out of him. He puts up quite an effort, but it's sundown for the kid. Cinder brick stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock. A little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light. Slippery little devils. Kid cuts all of 'em down soon enough. Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch smelling good and ripe. War machetes are so quick you gotta keep a good grip on 'em. Kid makes short work of them things. Kid's been down the path enough times that it's feeling real familiar. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. Floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. So could a reckless kid, for that matter. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for 'em, though. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. He's wise to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake 'em up. In all his toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity? So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. We could always see the stars, we just never could reach 'em, no matter how high we built. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. That's Trapper Shingle, only place in the city to go to get certified with a repeater. The Hanging Gardens, folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing. No place better than Trapper Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They trained themselves by clearing out the targets while not clearing out the floor. Most trappers couldn't get through without a few scrapes. Kid decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the shingle. A decent trapper wouldn't walk away empty-handed. To think a rickety place like the shingle survived when so little else did. Turns out those old bones still have some spark in 'em. Expert trappers got something extra to give 'em an edge. Master trappers got what they needed for a better hunt. The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle. That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep. The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid can't take the sight of this place no more. Now here's what really happened in the Hanging Gardens. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. He don't much care to see 'em, not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. Hits a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survived as well. Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zulf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Ceylondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.